Hello. This is Mr. Mashika revising paper 2, section A, the process. Let's start the process whereby products. Process, it means it's continuous products, agri products are moved from farm to consumer. Don't think transportation. Transportation is a means, it's not a process. So let's look at these processes. Grading. Grading is the sorting. It's the sorting of agri products according to specified specifications or standards. Yeah, hence, we also call it standardization. Products can be graded according to size, shape, color, or freshness, all those things. Processing, so it's not. It doesn't talk to that one. Processing, it's adding of value to agri products. So when a product is changed from raw to usable commodity, buying exchange of products for cash, and marketing is involves all the activities from production, planning of production, pricing, and promotion. That is, when you're talking marketing chain, you're talking everything starting from a production point to consumption point. So definitely the correct answer is marketing. One of the following factors will influence both supply and demand. All right, increased supply of a product, supply only. Range of products available, it's demand. Ne? Price of a product, the price, it influences both supply and demand. Attitudes and values of consumers, it's only demand. So okay guys, the keyword there was both, so it means the correct answer is price. Weakness that an entrepreneur has to consider when evaluating farming business: SWOT S for strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So let's look here which one is a weakness. Strong financial positions, a strength. Outdated machinery, old machinery, it's a weakness, of course. New markets, it's an opportunity because new markets to sell. Skilled workforce, trained laborers, is a strength. So it means the correct answer here is B, because we're looking for a weakness. One of the following is not an entrepreneurial success factor. We know, guys, that an entrepreneur is someone who sees a business opportunity and take risks to make profits on that. And entrepreneurship is different from entrepreneurship is a practice of starting a business. And then now we're talking about an entrepreneur, and we're considering these success factors, and we're saying these success factors are personal characteristics. Personal characteristics of a good entrepreneur. Innovation, yes, to be innovative is to be creative. So it's a good success factor. Commitment, yes, someone who is committed will always win, will make a good entrepreneur. Perseverance, somebody who doesn't give up, who perseveres even if it's difficult, good characteristics of an entrepreneur. But we're not looking for we're looking for a not. It's not an entrepreneur. So maybe, definitely, no, it should be this one. Inconsistent, it's when you back and forth, you up and down, you talk this today, it's another one tomorrow. So you are unstable, you are unreliable. So definitely this an inconsistent, somebody cannot make a good entrepreneur. So the correct answer is D here. Economic characteristics of land, which refer to land as a fixed process. So here, economic characteristics, and also look at fixed. So those are the keywords. Found in a specific location. I like this one because if something is found in that specific location, it means if you left it there, even if you go away and come after 100 years, you will still find it there. And that is the economic characteristic of land. Let's look at number B. Unlimited. No, land is limited, so it's unacceptable. needs to be combined with other factors to produce. Yes, of course, land need to be combined with labor and capital to produce, but has got nothing to do with fixed, so it's also wrong. Provides raw materials. This one is not even an economic characteristic. It is a function of land as a production factor, together with provide food, provide minerals, and all those things. So it's also incorrect. So it means the correct answer here is A. All right, guys, let's move to 116. Yeah, records of farm assets. Assets are all the buildings, the machinery, the equipment, and all those things that are on the farm. They are recorded in, okay. So, like I always say, guys, that when you are doing revision, you mustn't put a question paper in the memo here. You look this side and you say, oh, okay, question, then memo, question, memo. You never learn. No, the best way, we're still practicing here. So the best thing is to look at the question. For instance, here the first option is enterprise budget. So the best thing is to open your textbook, throw away the memo, open the question paper and the textbook. What is an enterprise budget? You know that an enterprise is when, for instance, if a farmer is doing maize farming, broiler, and maybe has got even sheep farming, ne? Those are enterprises. 1, 2, 3 enterprises. So if he's making a budget for all these 3 enterprises, we call it a whole farm budget, ne? But if he's making a budget for only maize, for only one enterprise, so we call it an enterprise budget. What is a balance sheet? A balance sheet is a summary of all the activities, summary of your assets and liabilities, ne? Summary of assets and liabilities, so such that if you put a minus here, assets minus liabilities, you get what we call net worth. Okay, so definitely it's wrong. Even balance sheet doesn't. Inventory, yes, we know that this is called an inventory, where you record all your farm assets, that record keeping system. So we know that inventory is the correct answer. Cash flow budget definitely is incorrect, because this one talks about the cash that we project, that is we might get in that particular period of time, and also spend in that particular period of time. So that's a cash flow budget. So that's not it. So the correct answer is C. Employment Equity Act. Equity means equal. So addresses one affirmative action in the workplace. I agree with this one. It should, because affirmative action, it tries to make the playing grounds level for everyone. For instance, in the old South Africa, you know that there's a group like my color that was disadvantaged. So when the new government took over, applied into Njengo BEE, so that at least these people that were marginalized can get a chance also now to get opportunity. So these are policies that would favor this particular group, so that you level the playing grounds. Only male laborers should be employed as tractor drivers. This one is prejudice. It's unacceptable. It cannot be in this act. Men and women are equally represented, powerful, equal treatment of all workers irrespective of gender, male and female, race, black and white, economic background, poor or rich. So this one also should be in that act. So I like 1, 3, and 4, but 2 I don't like. So you see, guys, this is a combination question which tells you that it says here choose the correct combination that is from those upfront. So this question is a first of it's a different question from those before, ne? So it means number 2, Roman figure 2, anything with Roman figure 2 is incorrect. So it means this one is correct. That is 1, 3, and 4, as you can see. So the correct answer is A. Internal force. Internal force as opposed to external. Ne? External means something outside the farmer's reach or the farmer's control. Into njenge-drought. Drought, the farmer cannot control it. Drought is controlled by God. Is strikes, farmer cannot control that. Politics, farmer cannot control that. The legislation or laws, farmer can, those are outside. So those, but we're looking for an internal force. Participation of in politics, no, it's an external force. Legislation, external. Consumer needs, a farmer cannot control consumers out there, what they need, whether they need his product or not. He can only advertise but not control. So it's external. But this one, D, is the correct answer, because at least a farmer does have a control over his money. How he spends, how he keeps the money, how he makes his money. The proportion of observable differences between individuals caused by genes, proportion like a degree or percent of these phenotypes. Guys, we know that traits that can be inherited are called heritable traits. We know that one, and then those are the ones that are caused by genes. So if we look at atavism, we know that this one is a trait that had disappeared for generations, but all of a sudden it has reappeared. Polygenes is when a phenotype is controlled by many genes. So poly means many genes. Mutation, a sudden change in a genetic makeup or in a DNA. We know that there's 2 types of mutation, gene mutation and chromosomal mutation. So go study those. And we also know that has got nothing to do with this. Heritability, yes. I think it's heritability, because heritability, sometimes they if heritability is more than 50%, so more than 50%, if it's more than 50%, like here, it means there's more chance that it's influenced by or controlled by or caused by genes. But if heritability of a particular characteristics is less than 50, so it means chances is about that trait is caused by the environment, is controlled by influenced by environment. DNA altered by inserting a gene from another organism. Not this one. Recombinant DNA, yes, when they extracted DNA from whatever organism, even a human being, and they insert it into a gene, into a DNA of another organism, for instance a bacteria, we call it recombinant DNA. So in this case we have B, but I think also C and D, because genetic modification also, they are the same thing. I think they were also accepted. So okay, guys, you see that if you find a question like this whereby B, C, and D are also accepted, those who write and leave blank spaces will miss out. So never do that. Moving faster to this one, a competition in market where quantity supplied is less than. So this is demand, this is supply, demand, supply, we know this one. There is an economic, it's an equilibrium price there, and anything below the equilibrium price, we know that it's a shortage. Anything above the equilibrium price, we know that it is surplus. all right? But in this case, they say where the quantity supplied is less than the quantity demanded. So at this price, there's less demand at higher price, but more supply. So here we're talking supply. But at a lower price, there's less supply. They say less supply and more demand. You see? So it means this gap here is a shortage or deficiency. So sorry, it's a shortage. So it means it's this one, E, ne? Here, the correct answer. Agric products have a large volume per unit mass. Oh, ungakhetha ntoni wena to sell cabbages or watch as a clash? Definitely, okay, sorry. Definitely, cabbage are very bulky, so it means it's referring to J. This one, sorry about that. It's referring to J, and this one to E. Buying more tractors which are utilized productively. Okay, more is over. It means it's more. These tractors, some are not even working because they are not used productively. Over a tractor is a capital, so it's over capitalization, so it's not under capitalization. Where we chose shortage, not surplus. Laborer employed to harvest fruit. Okay, we know that farmers, if for instance a farmer, we know different types of laborers. Permanent laborers, let's say if a farmer has 550 permanent laborers, but during harvesting this farmer may need about 500, because a harvesting is like it's during the peak periods, ne, where you need the highest number of workers to come and assist you. So it's during this, whether it's during harvesting or during sheep sharing, you need a lot of people to come and assist you. So these people are called seasonal laborers. Every time when we harvest, especially we know that harvesting ends seasonally. Okay, so these are the people that are employed, not casual. These ones are employed less than 24 hours in a month. Choosing an animal with favorable characteristics to produce an, oh, this one is definitely selection, which is B, ne? Whereby you choose the animal with superior qualities and breed them together so that you get those qualities on an offspring. And we said this one is D, ne? Buying more tractors, we said it's C, ne? Okay, guys, all right, we'll continue.